All right. Hey there, guys. It's Kim George here from YourSheetGeek.com, and I want to welcome you to a brand spanking new video. So, in today's video, this is going to be a talking head, but also a demo as well. But I'm going to be talking about how you can go about finding profitable medium content book niches fast with Bookbeam. So you guys have maybe heard me mention Bookbeam on this channel before. This is one of my favorite tools that I have in my arsenal, and it just helps speed up the time that it takes for you to find a niche and also to, number two, validate that niche. So before we dive off in this video, I would love for you to please like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. And let's go ahead and dive off into this. So I ran a poll last week on my channel, and I kind of asked the audience, asked you guys, what you wanted to learn more about. And overwhelmingly, a lot of you came back saying that you wanted to learn more about medium content book. So that is going to be the focus of this video. And I'm actually going to put out 2 more additional videos that covers this topic. And so stay tuned for those, okay? But in the first video of this kind of series, this little mini series, we're going to talk about one of the first things that you need to do as a publisher before you even start thinking about design, before you even create your first page of your puzzle book or any medium content book that you're planning to create. You want to think about the niche, and you want to specifically think about niche research. And this is an area that a lot of people just overlook. They skip it. They don't want to do it. And I get it. It's boring, but I'm telling you, it's one of the things that you definitely need to do. Okay. And so I can tell you from experience that a lot of people still are going about this the wrong way, and they're getting more into the hope publishing, or doing more of the hope publishing, hoping that the idea that they have is going to sell, versus really looking deeper into the niche to just make sure that there's even traffic and even buyers that are in the area or the niche that they're trying to sell in. And so again, this is the reason why a lot of puzzle books never get off the ground, and that's because they skip the niche research step. And so again, today what I'm going to show you is how to use Bookbeam to do this. Now, before we dive in, I actually have a resource that is available for you if you're interested that can help you create your puzzle book. It's called the Puzzle Book Creator Toolkit, and it's going to help you build your puzzle books faster and easier after you have done your research and you validated your niche. So I'll share more about that towards the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that. And then the link is also going to be in the description below. Now, we're going to get into what a medium content book is, because I know that probably a lot of you are familiar with it, but you just don't have an idea of what they are. And so we're going to talk about that really quickly. So for me, I first heard of the term medium content books, I think, from Chris Radog. I got to give a shout out to him. He has a really great channel. He talks more about strategy and etc. I think he was one of the first people that I heard talk about that, okay, and kind of give it a name. So a medium content book would include things like, your puzzle books, your activity books, short books, guide books, quizzes, joke books, so on and so forth. It's kind of like any book that has a little bit more meat inside of the interior and more content and things that you have to add inside of the book. So again, you want to think about like word searches, crosswords, Sudoku, mazes, spot the difference. So those are separate kinds of medium content books. Or if you're planning to do a activity book or a mixed puzzle book, then all of those kinds of puzzles would be mixed into that book. So the biggest thing that you want to know is that even when you're doing a medium content book of any kind, whether it's just a regular puzzle book for specific puzzles, or you're going to be doing a mixed activity book or any kind of activity book, you want to make sure that you niche down and you think about the one person that you want to create that book for. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through and I'm going to show you how to use Bookbeam in order to quickly find niches that you could potentially target, and then how to validate those niches using Amazon. All right, guys. So we are over on good old Bookbeam. So I'm going to show you how you can use this tool to find niches really fast, okay? Specifically for activity books and puzzle books. So first things first is you definitely want to have a person in mind, a specific person, one specific person that you want to create your book for. Okay, so then with that in mind, what we're going to do is we're going to come over to the left. You can see that they have several tools here, but the tool that I want to use today is going to be under keywords, and it's going to be the keyword research tool. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. All right. Actually, let me just go home. Let me go back to research, and then I'm going to go to keywords and keyword research tool because I realized I was on the wrong screen. Sorry. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start typing in a seed keyword. So I'm going to do activity book for seniors. Okay, so I'm going to do activity books for seniors. This is the specific person that I kind of have an idea about that I want to potentially create a puzzle or an activity book around. So I'm going to go ahead and click find keywords, and we're going to let this data come up. Now, sometimes it can come up really quickly, and sometimes it can take just a little bit to kind of sift through everything. So you may have to give it just a few minutes, and it looks like it's finishing up though pretty quickly for me. Okay, so it looks like this information has come up. So as we can see here, there is a ton of information in here that we can look at. Now, I'm going to tell you guys that I do have a certain criteria that I like to use for my searches. So as an example, my search volume, I like to stay at least at 1,000 or more. That is just telling me that there's enough people that are searching for this specific niche or for this specific keyword on Amazon so that my book will have a good chance of hopefully showing up for it, given that I've done everything, pretty well. My cover is good. My title and my subtitle are pretty good. I have my A+ content, and I'm running some ads and all of that kinds of stuff to juice the book. Okay. And then the competitors. Now, the competitors is what you really want to pay close attention to because I like to go to no more than, let's just say 5,000 to 6,000 competitors, and sometimes even lower, because the more competition that you have and the more competitors you have for a specific keyword, the harder it's going to be for you to stand out for that keyword, unless you have, number one, a big budget, number two, a just a standout, crazy, epic book cover that is going to really, really, really crush your competitors. Okay. So it's going to be one or the other. But most of the time, for people that are getting into the really competitive niches, like, with 60,000 and all of that, they probably have a really healthy budget and they can afford to do that. Okay. They can afford to put money into promoting their books. All right. So that's just something worth remembering. So what I'm going to do though, is I'm going to start scanning through here to see if I can find something that, that I could potentially go after. So we have activity book for seniors with dementia and Alzheimer's. So this is a potential niche right here. You can see the search volume definitely meets my criteria. There are more than 1,000 searches or search volumes for the search volume right here. And then the number of competitors is pretty low. It's showing just 911. So a 911. And so what I love about this tool is you can do two things. When you find a specific keyword that you may want to use for a niche or a book that you want to create, what you can do is you can copy that keyword to the clipboard. And you can also go to look at this specific books under this keyword on Amazon. And so all you have to do is click on this. And then this is going to take us over to activity book for seniors with dementia over here on Amazon. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to start looking at the BSR numbers, which are the best sellers rank over on Amazon. So I can see here using the Titans Quick View tool. This is another tool that I do have installed. It is free. And it is a Google Chrome extension. And I do like using this tool in conjunction with Bookbeam because it does give me some additional information. It does show me, like the total results. It does show me the averages for the bestsellers rank and all of that good stuff. So it does give you a lot of good information. So we can just kind of start going down this page to see and look at the BSRs or the bestsellers rank under these books. Now, another tool that I am using that is free that you can use to kind of view the BSRs and data about these books as you're looking at them on Amazon is called the DS Amazon Quick View. Okay, it's DS Amazon Quick View. So both of those tools, the Titans Quick View and DS Amazon Quick View, are free tools that you can download that you can use as well, okay, for validation. But again, if you're using those by itself, it will take you a little bit longer. But they are very helpful. Okay. So we can see here though that the BSRs that are coming up for these different books for this keyword activity book for seniors with dementia, they are very good. So we can see we have 86,000 here, which is really low. We have 8,931, which is very good. 490. This book has been selling for a number of years, which is very good. It was created in 2020. We have 29,000 right here. We have this one right here, which was just published. It's making some decent sales. So we can get a pretty good gist of this keyword, and we can see that there is a lot of activity for it, and that people are definitely making some decent coin. So this would be a potential keyword that I would table and that I would potentially make a book around. Okay. So, but that is quickly how I was able to, with Bookbeam, go through with my seed keyword, and from my seed keyword, go through and search out my data that they have listed down here. And then from the data, find the keywords that fit my criteria, and then go and validate them over on Amazon. Okay, so that's pretty much how that works. All right, so to recap the things that we've covered in this video today, let's go ahead and do that. So really quickly, number one is you want to start with a book type. So for me, I chose to go after an activity book. And then more specifically, I went for an activity book for seniors because again, you want to think about the one person that you want to create your book for. So number two is you want to use Bookbeam to find niches that have real demand and then also validate those niches. Okay, so we went through that whole scenario where I went into Bookbeam. I showed you guys how to, with the seed keyword that you have in mind, go ahead and type that in, and then how to find the information that you need, and then how to go and validate that over on Amazon. Number three is you want to, where you can, look for a combination of low reviews, if you can find that, and then also consistent sales. And that was the biggest one for me because reviews are a thing, but I found that even for me, I have not been afraid to create books, even if there are books that have a lot of reviews, as long as I know that I can create something that is going to stand out amongst the competition. If I can find a keyword that has enough traffic going to it, if I know that I can produce a really great product, then I'm good with that. All right. So definitely more so the consistent sales, which is what I showed you guys how to do, which is going to look for the books that have the low BSR numbers, on them. That is definitely showing you that there is some traffic and some activity that is taking place in that specific niche based on the BSR numbers of the books that come up for the specific keyword that you are interested in, potentially targeting, okay, for your book. All right. And then number four, you want to, and this is something that I did not mention, but it's something that you definitely want to consider, is to think series from day one. So once you found a keyword or an activity book or a medium puzzle book, not a medium puzzle book, but a puzzle book or an activity book or a mixed puzzles book that you want to create around a specific person, you do want to start thinking if this is something that you can expand into a book line or a collection. Okay. So that is something that you want to definitely think about. Now, once you found your niche and you're ready to go ahead and create your books and all of that good stuff, then I do have a resource that is available that you guys can check out. The link is going to be below. I mentioned it previously, but it is called the Puzzle Book Creator Toolkit. Okay. It's going to help with doing the heavy lifting of building out your books. It's got templates in it. It's got covers, pre-designed covers. It's got a planner in there to show you how to map out your activity books. It's got suggested pages and different things that you can add to your activity books to really make them interactive and to make them good. And so if you're interested, you can definitely head over to check that out. The link is going to be below. But I just appreciate you guys so much for dropping in to watch this video. I love to know your thoughts. What are you using to do your keyword research? And what did you think about Bookbeam as a tool? Are you guys currently using this tool? Or again, are you using something else? I love to know. Drop me a line below to let me know what you are using. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and stay tuned for part 2 of this series where we're going to go more into actually putting the book together. So please stay tuned for that video when it drops. I'll see you guys around. Stay safe out there. Bye.